Guys, I was too cocky. I watched the replay of this deck a while back, the good old MathMech deck, and then I play the guy, and then I lost. And so I saved the replay. We're going to look at it because there's no way I should have lost the goddamn MathMech, so we got to see what was wrong. All right, this is our first misplay. We picked rock when he picked paper. I should have known, and I should have picked scissors. I'm playing good old Sword Soul. I open no going second cards unless you count Vishuda. And he opened Ash, Subtraction, Nabla, Parallel Exceed addition to my Sthana, Vishuda, Heavenly Circle, Emergence, and Long Yun. And so he goes Summon Nebula, which lets him tribute to special from deck. And then he's going to activate Subtraction. I think both addition and subtraction let you subtract and increase 1,000 attack to special summon them. And so he specialed subtraction by subtracting. And then he activates Nabla to tribute to special. And this dude, this card when he's normal is Wolf Bark, but when he's the XYZ material, he's a negate. He turns the guy he's equipped to into a negate, which I forgot about, to be honest, and I will not forget that shit again. And then, let me just fast forward a little bit. He makes this dude. This dude lets him detach 2 to search a MathMech card. And so he's going to do that. Probably grabbing the trap, I think. Yeah, and the trap is basically Tri-Brigade Revolt. It lets you special and then overlay with them. And you don't make this guy when you overlay with them. There's another guy that you can make that is like a Trishula, I believe. I forget its name, but I'm sure we'll see it soon. He's going to use addition to special summon. And then link away into the Link Disciple. And then special Parallel Exceed. This play is kind of cool too, how he utilizes like the Cyberse links because the whole deck is Cyberse. Parallel Exceed is going to special another copy, and then he's going to go into this dude, the Link Devotee. When he's tributed, it turns into 2 tokens, and this tributes to draw and put back. So Parallel Exceed as 1 card is going to turn into 3 different cards, or 3 monsters, plus a draw and a put back. So here he gets a Disciple, Tribute, Draw, Put Back. He put back the Imperm he drew, so that was like irrelevant, but it's the fact that he gets to summon 2 tokens out of it. So Parallel Exceed just becomes materials for up to 3 links. This Wicked, I believe when a monster special to his own it points to, you banish a tuner? Or you just banish a Cyberse monster and search a Cyberse tuner. So this gives him follow-up. And then he can go into IP. He'll get the effect to banish to get a tuner. So he'll banish Exceed. He'll grab Diameter. And then he'll set the trap. So the only real negates I'm playing through are Ash, the trap, and IP. And he's got the Diameter for follow-up. And if I don't out this Wicked, or he doesn't use it as IP material before he would use this trap or an IP, then he'll also have Wicked follow-up. Because it'll search another tuner. I don't know if any of these other guys are tuners. Nabla is. So he'd be able to search the Nabla. I drew an Availer, which is kind of dead. It might help like on the crackback if I'm able to break the board. So I lead with Long Yun. Special, get the token. On res, he's going to use IP. And I think he's going to use this XYZ. At least that's what I think I would use. Yeah, that way you could still get the Wicked. And so here he's going to go Chain Link 1 Wicked, Chain Link 2 Unicorn. Unicorn's going to try to get rid of my token. And I'm going to chain Circle, Tribute Token. And he chains the Ash. So at this point, he just re-adds Diameter, so he still has follow-up. So this acted as this. The Wicked got him the discard for the Unicorn, and it now gets him the Diameter again to have follow-up on the following turn. But now the only interruption I'm playing through is MathMech Super Factorial. So I'm going to activate Emergence. We're going to add Mo Yi. Summon Mo Yi, reveal Sthana. We're going to get the token. And I got a feeling he uses the trap here. I think this is definitely the right spot. Yeah, so the trap, he's about to summon the dude. So I can show you guys what this card does. It's really, really cool. I feel like this is probably why he likes the deck. He's going to summon the 3, overlay for this bad boy, which says, I'll just read the whole thing. If a MathMech card you control be destroyed by a card effect, you can detach 1 from this card instead. If this card's XYZ summoned, you can detach up to 3 materials, then choose that many effects. You cannot choose the same effect twice, and you resolve them in the listed order, skipping any that were not chosen. And the 3 effects, which he can activate all of, are send a card from your opponent's hand to the grave, send a card your opponent controls to the grave, and send a spell trap your opponent controls to the grave. I don't have a spell trap, but he's going to get to send a random card from hand and then a card from field, and the card from field is going to be the token. There's not really anything else you would hit that would be beneficial here, so he'll detach 2, he'll get to rip 1 and hit the token. And he's going to hit my Sthana. And then, so from here, he also, if his guy would be destroyed by card effect, he can detach to protect, but I don't see a world where I'm really killing it by card effect. Here, all I really have left to do is go into Shaman. I pitch the Veiler. And then this is where I forgot that this was a negate. So he uses this guy. A MathMech monster that was Synchro or XYZ summoned using this card on the field as material gains the following effect. Whew, these cards are a mouthful. Once per turn, during the turn, this card was special summoned. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, negate that effect. And so I did not realize it had that effect, and then I got punished pretty hard by it. There probably wasn't a better play, to be honest, but I did what I could, you know. And so I attack. I do 800. His guy doesn't die. I wonder why that is. This link summon card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And that's why. And so he draws into multiplication, and it's safe to say that I'm probably dead here. Diameter gets addition, and then he goes into access code, and I just scoop. At this point, we start accumulating some good old spectators. I draw Judgment, Circle, Ashina, Vishuddha, Desires. And then he draws Nibiru, Multiplication, Diameter, Eclipse, and Nabla. One thing real quick, guys. I'm not the greatest at math. Like, I'm alright at it. I know what all these other things are, but what the fuck is a Nabla? If someone can explain to me what a Nabla is in the comments, I'll appreciate it. And with that aside, I go Activate Desires. I'm going to draw into, if I ever draw, Circle Emergence. And here I'm going to, I wonder what the play is actually. Activate Emergence. Summon Long Yun. I probably did not play this right, and so I'm trying to real quick think of how I should have played it and then see if I did play it right. I need a play around the nib, and preferably that would mean Long Yun. I could go Special Ashina, Long Yun, pitch Vishuddha, Special. That's 3 summons. Make the Baroness at 4. Then link Ashina for Monk. Ashina effect, Special Vishuddha, Dragon Circle, Tribute Monk, Special Adhara, make the 8 search, and then search Moyi or Taiye, probably Taiye, and then summon Taiye, banish Special, make Draco, send Moyi, or make the other dude. I forget its name. The rock one, Adamantipator one. And then send Moyi. So I could have had like 3 negates with a Judgment. And so let's see how I did play it. So I do Special Adhara. I do the Long Yun. If I played this the way I think would be right, then I'm going to be kind of happy. Summon Baron. Long Yun burn. Make Monk. Banish. Special Vishuddha is what I'm guessing I should be doing. I go Adhara. I guess this could still tribute to Special the Vishuddha too. Ooh, I actually do an Ashina here, which gives me more follow-up for the next turn, and I already have Vishuddha, so that's probably correct. Plus, I didn't even see what my banish was. My banish had a Vishuddha. Was there anything else relevant in there? Blackout is relevant to be gone. Blackout seems like it might be good against his deck. But then I go into the Chizao. Yep, we grabbed Taiye. Sweet, I think I actually played this right. Summon Taiye. Taiye banish Long Yun. Special token. Adhara effect, add Long Yun back. Sync 8. But here I do go for Draco Berserk of the Tenyi instead of the spell trap negate, which looking at his hand, like technically, I probably should have gone for the spell trap negate. Because like here, the nib can just force this, and then he can Book of Eclipse out my board. Luckily, I have the Judgment to stop that. We dump the Moyi. Also, we plug ourselves. Of course, if you guys are watching, make sure you subscribe. Watchers chat, make sure you guys subscribe. And then I also said Heavenly Circle Judgment. Ooh, I can't wait to get to this. This dude right here. Lestafista. Or Lestafisa. I don't know if he'll be watching this, but He watched one of my other videos after I shouted out here, and he also tries calling me out in this. Wait till we see it. See, he says, no, we don't need to check out noobs, and I say, says the cuck watching, not playing, and dude, if you're watching this, I don't know why you're spreading negativity around. I don't know, like, what was wrong with you that day, but if you were just being an asshole to be an asshole, I think you should fuck off, but if you were just having a bad day or something, I'm sorry that I might have added fuel to the fire. I hope that you're all right, my man. I hope that you're all right. But you also are kind of annoying. Like, why are you going to watch it just be a bitch? Like, well, I don't get it. But back to the replay. Back to the replay. I open Heavenly Circle, Droll, Cosmic, Protos, Moyi. He opens Desires, Parallel Exceed, Book, Balance Lord, Imperm. And he goes Desires, Banish 10, Draw 2. And I Droll. So he's banished a Subtract, a Book, a Subtract, Sigma, Nib, Add, the Trap, Diameter, Lord, Imperm. I don't know really if those are good or bad banishes for him. I'm guessing good because there were no 3-ofs. And he just passes after the Droll. And so here, could I have killed him? He has an Imperm. I'll be honest. We know I lose this. This is game 3. So I obviously did not kill him. But could I have? If I went Long Yun, Pitch, Protos, I would not be doing it. He's got the nib, so I have to lead with this to be able to kill and not get nibbed. But this hand isn't really optimal for that, I don't think. I guess summon Mo Yi, reveal Protos. He'll probably imperm, and then I chain the circle, tribute, search, something. I don't... Look, that's what's going to happen at least. I still think that's probably the best I could have done, but he doesn't negate it. Maybe this is where I mess up. I go for the synchro play. So if I would have left Mo Yi in token, right? I could tribute Mo Yi with this. Search. Because I could search something to pitch. Maybe here, actually, I could just pitch Protos, special summon Long Yun. And then make the Baron. Then sync 8. Because that would still be 4 summons. So I would make Baron on 5. And then I could sync for the Chizao. And then Mo Yi 2, Chizao 1. If he decided to imperm there, that's fine. If he didn't, we're still fine. And that would have probably put me in a better spot than whatever I do here. So Mo Yi gets to resolve to draw. But here now I go Long Yun and now I can lose to Nib because this is 5 summons. So in a hand where I open Mo Yi, a Worm, and a Long Yun, I just Mo Yi first, reveal, and then do the Long Yun. And that's really good to know actually because I struggle with a hand like that playing through Nib, but now I see how to do it. So that's going to be lit. I'm glad we took this L so I can go back and look at it. Damn, that's awesome. So, but when he nibs though, I chain the circle to tribute to special or search. Just search Ashina probably. Yeah, if I special it would have got tributed. And so here I could special the Ashina, go into Mo Yi, or Monk I mean. Ashina effect for Adhara. I don't know if I was supposed to go into Shaman. I might have been supposed to go into a second Monk and then use Adhara to add back. Oh, I have a token. It doesn't matter. Never mind. Add Ashina. And I have the Taiye engrave. So I do still have like some sort of follow-up here. Because Shaman can pitch for Taiye. And then I'm not seeing a play I could have done that's better here. But there is a point about to come up where I think I messed up pretty bad. Banish special token. Make the 8. We go into Draco. Which I think we're locked to summoning Worms. So that's what we have to summon. But here, when I summon Protos, I call Earth. Because a lot of these MathMechs are Earth. But there's also a lot... Oh, excuse me. Gotta clear my throat. There's also a lot of lights. And so there's a case to call light. It would destroy my token. It would destroy his nib. And then I would hit for 71, putting him at 900 life. And then I'd have this Cosmic, which I don't know if that would do anything. he'll Book of Eclipse me on his turn, but then he'll have no lights to play with. And the nib can't just like be an out to this, because here I have to crash my oh, also I can't call Earth here. Another time where I messed up with Protos. There's no Earth on board. I can't call Earth. But that definitely means I should have just called Light. It's the only thing I could have called that would have been beneficial. And so I made a pretty big misplay here. I get to hit him for 41 and set the Cosmic. And he draws an anti-spell. So this is like useless towards breaking the board. If I would have called Light, he couldn't have used this. And this is a target a level 4 Cybers you control. It becomes 8. This card's sent to the grave. Target a Cybers. You control an extra monster zone. So I don't know if that would have mattered. And so if I would have got to, if I did the right, or what I think might be the right play, I would have called Light, out the token, out the nib. Book of Eclipse would out the Draco Berserk, and it would set this. It wouldn't literally out it. It would put it face down. And then he couldn't go Balance Lord. I wish I knew his extra deck. Because he wouldn't, not only would he not have the life points to pay, but he couldn't, like, oh, wait. He couldn't special light. So he could still normal this, but he wouldn't have the life points to pay. So he wouldn't get the additional normal summon. He could go into this Linger Rebo still. And still proc the parallel. So up to this point, all that I would have stopped from him from doing is the extra normal. But I also would have got rid of a Book of Eclipse. Then he goes into Wicked. Maybe Dark is what you call, because it seems like a lot of the extra deck starters are Dark. But here's one thing he couldn't have done. He could not have gone into Disciples if I would have called Light. But there's a good chance he just had something else to do. Although he's not making this because he wants to like get the effect, it doesn't point to anything. So maybe he's just doing it to proc this. And if that's the case, then calling Light definitely would have stopped him from doing that. I don't know if there's another he could have made with a Link 1. Maybe Devotee. Maybe Devotee is Earth or something. And so he could have probably just made that. And so here he's going to get his Balance Lord. Wait, what? Yeah, he couldn't have specialed this, so he would have had to search something else. But again, like, this still feels like something where I don't know the cards in his deck to know if he would have had a line outside of this. Because all of it, I could think of very simple cards that he could have had that would fill the role and be able to. Like, I don't know. Sancti, if you're watching this, let me know, like, what you think the play would have been if I called Light. I feel like if I called Light, it would have been good for me. There's also a case to calling Dark, honestly. This deck just, it has everything, so Protos doesn't feel very overwhelming. And so here he's going to hit me for massive damage. Not massive damage, actually, because he only hit over something, then he hits with that. But he's got the Book of Eclipse and the anti-spell for follow-up. I draw into Emergence. Ooh, this was a good call, too, that I forgot about. When I used Taie, I didn't send. And I could have sent. And I could have sent Vishuda and bounced the nib. And if that's the case, I could have then called Dark. But that would have killed my Draco anyways. But then he would have been locked out of Darks instead. Man, I really have no idea where I could have played that better. So, like, if you guys are watching this and you have any ideas of how my play on that final turn could have been better, let me know. Especially if you're somebody that plays MathMech and can take where I was discussing how I think I could have played better, and you can actually apply, like, background knowledge of the deck to it and see if there were ways for him to play around what I think I should have done. And so anyone that helps me out with that, I appreciate y'all for helping me get better at the game, and I hope that my videos are doing the same for you. So take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching.